Is there any chance that you would get back together with Bob?
Well, Bob and I have been in a very good place lately, so I can't really say a lot, but you'll have to definitely continue to tune in to Housewives because it does play out on there.
Okay. I understand. Yeah. You can't give it away. So
can't give it away.
That's right.
Give all the juice away.
That's right. You gotta stay tuned. Now, what is the current status with you and Kenya? Do you feel like she has an outstanding issue with you?
For some reason, I think she does have an issue with me. I don't have an issue with her, but she seems to be pretty bothered by me.
Yeah. Do you have any idea, like, what the problem is with her? Like, why she has this issue with you? Do you know what that stems from?
Well, we didn't really know each other, so I don't know what it could stem from other than, I have no idea. Yeah, I really have no idea. But I know she's pretty, she's just not a nice person. Maybe she's just not a girl's girl. She's just not everyone doesn't, and it's not just me. You shouldn't really seem to get along with many. Maybe she's just not a girl's girl.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, it appears, yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Seems to be threatened by people a lot from what we've seen on TV.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. So let me clear this up to you. You were fined $1,000 for the house party recently. What is the story behind that? Yeah, do you feel like this is blown out of proportion? It seems really minor. Can you explain that and just tell me how you feel about it?
Well, to be honest with you, I feel like it was definitely blown out of proportion. I get to the courthouse. There are cameras around. There are people in the courtroom. And I didn't know at the time, I talked to the prosecutor. I said, wait, did you guys call the TV? And they're like, oh, no. But once they called me out there, which they put me in front of a lot of people because they were going in alphabetical order. My last name is W, which I was toward the end when they called my name. By the time they do that, they called me just in time for the 12 o'clock live news. So, I am pissed. They got the cameras. They got people inside the courtroom holding their phones, which we all know you can't really have your phone in court.
No, not.
They are literally holding their phones up high in the sky, like catching me walk down the aisle. That picture you guys see of me doing my face, like, what do you look like? I can't believe you're doing it. It's like I'm thinking, at which moment, anytime soon, I know the judge is going to say something to this person who's sitting in the front row recording me on a cell phone. But they said nothing. So I felt like, Sandy Springs, I've lived in Sandy Springs for a very long time. I felt like they definitely turned up, the judge and everyone turned up for the camera. They made an example, and it was ridiculous. They gave me probation as well for something that's not even, this is a code violation is what they're calling it, a code violation. So why would I have probation? Why would they had people in the courtroom who were driving with no license. They did not get probation. You had another guy in there who was driving like 95 and a 55 and did not get, without a license, on a suspended license, and did not get probation. So I just feel like they really, so that's one of, when you ask me about some of the perks and some of the pros and cons, that's definitely one of the cons, because they just felt like, the show, and I don't know if they're pissed off that little black girl was able to move into their neighborhood, and build a home that's, bigger than some of theirs. And they're just pissed off for whatever reason. But I totally don't think it was fair. I thought it was definitely blown way out of proportion and out of line. And I honestly, even with the judge, everyone else is up there maybe 2 minutes. She just puts on a show when I get up there because the cameras were there. And I was really not happy with the city that I live in.
What did you do?
What
was the
like
fine?
Everyone else. I'm sorry?
What was the fine? That's the part that I'm still not even clear of after watching. It's $1,000 fine for what? You threw a party and
for not to record. we've never had to get a permit to record. And then because we had a light outside, we had to, But you also had production who they also gave a fine. So it's like they're double dipping. Both of us wouldn't need to get a permit. They fined them for the exact same, but they didn't get, of course, they didn't get probation because that's a company. But you can't fine them and fine me. That's like double dipping for the exact same address, or the exact same time, date, everything. Because both of us wouldn't have to get a permit. Only one person, they would have to get a permit. And then fining both of us for having a light outside. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
You said this is a predominantly white neighborhood, too? Do you feel like there's racism involved with that?
Absolutely. The pictures, they said that my neighbor said that there were cars on their lawns. But the pictures they showed on the news, that was in front of my house. It was just ridiculous. There were cars there. Production hired a service to take people to and from. We got a permit from the lot that people were parking at. So I don't know. I'm inside the entire time. I know the police were called out because someone said that people were parking on his lot, but no one ever asked for the homeowner. No citations were given. No cars were towed. So then when I get an email, which I didn't know about until a week later, that I needed to go to court. So they serve you with an email?
Yeah, that is definitely not normal.
Yeah.
Wow. So when they're saying that you're parking on the lawn, are they trying to paint a picture of like, you were having like some urban party or something? Is that like
I guess
the reason
when
why
people they have parties. I've been in the area for 17 years. People have parties over there all the time. So I don't see what the difference was between me and a party. And somebody actually had a party the other day, and I actually took pictures of all the cars parked up and down the street.
Wow.
But that didn't seem to be a problem.
And so nobody reported that problem or that gathering, but just they reported yours.
Mm-hmm.
And because you didn't,
we were not loud because we were taping, so we couldn't have music. So it was. So they made it was this loud, wild party. We couldn't even have music.